Now, as we start to get towards the end of August here, so from the 22nd to the 27th is when this will be a Thursday to a Tuesday. You're going to see the weeks aren't exactly, say, Monday to Sunday kind of things. These are based on the gate. So the 22nd, gate 59 starts, and it'll be a Thursday, and gate 59 goes all the way to the 27th of August. Now, as you get to embrace this energy, I love this. This is again that gate of sexuality within the gene keys or the human design. You'll see this as a very passionate energy of a current of energy. It is about being so emotive. The polarity of it, the earth aspect of it, is the gate 55. And the gate 55 is the gate of spirit. It's the gate of sensing and feeling the divine in everything you touch. So for those of you that's your polarity, or maybe your sun gate's in 55, you're over here going like, oh my gosh, I totally know what that is. It's like almost being overwhelmed by oversensory of the world because you feel so much. And the gate 59 is about knowing what currencies to connect with so that you become the dance of it. There's a really beautiful story out there, and uh, and it's about the Adya yogi, which was the original yogi, or Shiva. It's kind of a Shiva story, and it's about this being, the story of the being that came to Earth, that was a mystery. Nobody knew where he came from. And then when he came to Earth, that he basically all of a sudden started to hear the music, and he began to get so entranced with it that he danced wildly into this ecstatic state of becoming one with the music. And within that, it transcended this being into this state of stillness, where they actually sat in stillness for so long that everyone got bored waiting for them to not be still. And as the story goes, that seven devotees, or seven, remained, and those were the seven, and pardon me, I don't remember their name at this point, that basically took the yoga wisdoms to different locations of the world to begin to share them. And in there is kind of the statement within there that when you are the observer, when you are seeing the divine around you, then it said that you are learning, that you are on a path of learning. But when you become one with the dance, you become the yogi. And the gate 59, with its polarity in 55, reminds me of that all the time. And it kind of makes me really emotional when I think about it, because it's that path of love, it's that path of absolute power and connectedness, it's that path of feeling absolute oneness, void of any obstacles. There's literally, the rest of the world disappears when you become immersed in the divine in this way. And we have Regulus, right? Pretty much the zero mark in the tropical of Virgo within here. So we're going to see, and to recognize, and let me actually kind of go, we would know that basically the last sign we were at, right here, the gate 29, is the crossover sign. So in the tropical, everyone's going to be moving into Virgo, right? But now Regulus is still held right within the cradle of Leo. It's not a Virgo sign. And as you get to look at this Regulus energy, Regulus is actually connected to many different stellar nations. It's connected to the winged lions, the cosmic humans, the dragons, and it might even be connected to the felines. Don't quote me on that. There's a lot of material there to go through to find all the details. I'll have to ask Leslie for sure about Regulus, because it's such a profound, the heart of the lion, right? And it's also really close and connected to Fichte, which is in Ursa Major, which is the Christ consciousness bears. And so as we get to connect to this vibrational energy of the gate 59, it's going to be holding these energies. the energies of the sexuality, which is the energy for bonding. It's the passion. It is our ability to be a part of creation. And in the gene keys, it's called the dragon in your genome. Well, what is the sacred dragon? What is your DNA? The DNA, we think of it a lot of times as the sacred serpent because it's really the energy that continues and perpetuates the ability for a species to continue its longevity. So it doesn't go extinct. We know there's lots of creatures upon the planet, and our heart aches when we feel this knowingness of going like, oh my gosh, there used to be this on the planet, or it's extinct, right? But it's never extinct within the probability of creation. So maybe it is extinct as a living form. There's a lot of individuals that would say that there's a lot of beings that would be extinct maybe on the surface, but aren't maybe in some of the inner planes of the earth, or the potential to actually still be held as a seed of potential. But we know that if something doesn't hold its longevity and doesn't have the ability to thrive and grow, then it begins to die off. And the dragon, we would see that again as that energy of the ley lines, that which sustains, that which holds the starfire and the living light in order for it to continuously get passed down generation to generation to generation. The shadow of this is dishonesty. We could think of that as trickery, of service to self. And one of the things, that you would think of, especially think about relationships, that people are so scared of relationships. They're so scared of intimacy or being transparent with another, trying to hide aspects of self. Well, every time we try to hide an aspect of ourself, we basically cut an aspect of ourself off. It is an aspect of ourself that doesn't thrive or shine as our starfire upon the stage, and therefore it's like a little spark of us dies. It deteriorates our capability for our true light to continuously pass down. And so one of the practices we do, especially when we do clearings and these kinds of things, is to be transparent, to actually stand before the spiritual councils and literally be transparent. Open up your records for everything you've ever done, everything you've ever been, and have that authenticity to be that intimate and transparent with the divine that says, hey, I take full responsibility for everything I've done. And that when we embrace opening our heart, we start to recognize that our heart gets hurt when we shut it off. That's that's like the natural thing is to clench up. But when you do that, that's when we get hurt. When we open the heart, it actually allows the pains, if you will. I mean, oh my gosh, I've probably told you guys way too many times my love of Rumi's um poetry and explanations of, the deeper the wound, the more the heart opens to that love when we allow it to open. And that is a gift that we can embrace with this.